Well, hello everybody. Welcome back to my second video on the German Deutsches Reich 1 mark 90% silver coins. To all my returning subscribers, thank you for your support. And to all our viewers and those recently subscribed, thank you and welcome to this channel. So in my last video, we took a comprehensive look at the German 1 mark Type 2 series with the small shield issued between 1891 to 1916. For this video, we will continue with the Type 1 series with the large shield issued from 1873 to 1887. For those who have not watched the previous video, I would highly encourage you to do so that you can get some background information about the coins as well as the designs and specifications. As usual, before we move on with this video, please leave me a like if you enjoy this sort of content and don't forget to share and subscribe. So, let's get into this. Alright, let me start with a quick recap. In the previous video, we took a look at the Type 2 series of coins with the small shield. For this series, there were 119 different coins. In this video, we'll be taking a look at the Type 1 series of coins with the large shield. And in this series, there are 73 different coins. Alright, let's go ahead now and take a look at the Type 1 series coins in my collection. As with the previous video, I'll start with the last coin of this series and we'll move backward from there. The last coin issued was in 1887 and this was only minted at the Berlin State Mint. You can see over here the airliner mint mark. And mintage for this year was just over 3 million coins. Moving along, in 1986, 6 mints were involved with the production of these coins, and mintage reached just over 4.9 million. I'm currently missing the rare 1886 G coin, which has a mintage of 160,820. In 1985, 3 mints were involved with the production of these coins, and mintage reached about 2.4 million. There were no coins minted in 1884, and in 1883, 6 different mints were involved with the production, with mintage just reaching under 1.5 million. This has been a particularly difficult year for me to complete, and as you can see, I've only managed to collect one of the coins. This is the 1883 A mint mark coin from the Berlin State Mint with a mintage of 809,280. The next coin, 1883 D, has a mintage of 208,436. The E coin has a very low mintage of 112,000. The F coin also has a very low mintage of 147,744. The particularly rare 1883 G coin has a very low mintage of 91,000. And the final coin, 1883 J, has a mintage of 120,890. The final coin for this tray is the coin minted in 1882, and for this year, 4 different mints were involved. Mintage was just about 2.5 million, and currently I'm missing the coin 1882H, which is considered rare and has a low mintage of 109,280. For our next tray, we'll start with the coins from 1881, and for this year, 7 different mints were involved with the production, with mintage reaching just over 12.5 million. These coins are fairly common, and it was quite easy for me to complete the coins for this year. Moving along, we have the coins from the fairly rare year of 1880. 7 different mints were involved with the production for this year, with mintage totaling just over 2.3 million. This also has been a difficult year for me to complete. I'm still missing 3 of the coins. We have the 1880E, which has a low mintage of 172,719. The also fairly rare 1880G with a mintage of 145,826. And the 1880J with a mintage of 196,522. The blank space here represents the coins from 1879. For this year, only a single mint was involved with the production, the Berlin State Mint, and the 1879A is considered a very rare coin with a mintage of just 156,444. I've yet to acquire this coin because those that I see on the secondary market carry an extremely high premium with them. For my next trade, we'll start with the coins from 1878, and these coins here were minted at 7 different mints with vintage totaling about 5.5 million. These coins here are fairly common and you can easily find them on the secondary market. Here we have the fairly rare coins from 1877, and for this year only 2 different mints were involved with the production, with vintage totaling just under 746,000. Here I have the 1877A coin, which has a vintage of 697,362. This coin is probably in fine condition. Here I have the very rare 1877B coin, which has an extremely low mintage of 48,164. I'll show you the mint mark right here. This coin is not in the best of condition. It's well toned, and I'll probably say that it's in fine grade. Next to these coins, we have the coins from 1876, and for this year, 7 different mints were involved with the production, with vintage reaching a huge number of over 35 million. These coins here are extremely common and you can easily find them on the secondary market. For example, the coin 1876A has a massive vintage number of over 17 million. Moving along for our next tray, we have the coins from 1875, and for this year, all 9 different mints were involved with the production of the coins. This is probably the only year for the Type 1 series where all the 9 mints were involved with producing the coins. Because of this, vintage numbers for this year was particularly high. I believe it was around 18 billion. Next to them, we have the coins from 1874, and for this year, 8 different mints were involved with the production, with vintage totaling over 32 million. The coins from 1875 and 1874 are considered fairly common. The only coins to note which has a vintage of lower than 1 million is the 1874C, which has a vintage of 840,398. Even for that, all the coins here, their total vintage are extremely high and you can find them quite easily on the secondary market. We've come now to the first coin of this Type 1 series, which was minted in 1873, and for this year, 5 different mints were involved with the production of the coins. Vintage for this year is fairly low, about 1.4 million, and as you can see, I'm still missing one of the coins from the series. For this year, the 1873A coin is fairly common, but I'd like to show you a closer view of the other 3 coins that I have. The coin that I'm missing is the very rare 1873C, which has an extremely low vintage of 18,000. This coin is sometimes considered as the key to the Type 1 series. The other 3 coins to note for this year is the 1873B. I'll show you the mint mark right here. The other mint mark is fairly worn. In fact, this coin is not in the best of grade. I will probably say it's in good condition. However, this coin has also a very low vintage, 89,455. So I was quite lucky to find this. Here I have the 1873D coin. Here's the mint mark. Again, this coin is fairly worn, and it has a vintage of 244,134. Finally, I have here the 1873F coin. This coin is not in the best of condition, but we can still make out the F mint mark right behind. And this coin has a low vintage of 109,177. Again, I was really lucky to find this coin to add to my collection. Well, that brings me to the end of my collection. Thank you very much if you stayed on until now. I'm really very impressed. Let me just share with you my final thoughts. These series of silver coins are pretty common and you can find them almost anywhere. For the coins that were issued in the later years, you can usually find them close to spot, so they make a very good option if you wish to buy them as part of your silver stack. However, if you are looking to collect all the coins that were issued for the series, do know that this series ran for a very long time and it can be quite a challenge to collect all the years and min marks. I did a quick calculation before starting this video, and there were 192 different coins issued for this series. Having collected this series for a few years, I've only managed to acquire 168 of them. Of the coins that I'm missing, some of them are quite rare and very valuable, with prices ranging from a few $100s to a few $1,000s. So I don't believe that I'll be completing this collection anytime soon. Some of the scarcer coins that I have in my set carry a very high premium with them, and you will have to be prepared to pay that premium if you want to get into this series. One option that you can use to get the coins at a better deal is to go on eBay and look for the coins that are on auction and try your luck by making your bids there. Do also note that there are fakes out there, especially for the rarer coins, so be very careful when you're making your purchase and do have a close look at the coins before closing the deal. Now, having said all of that, if you're really interested in getting into these coins, it can be really fun hunting for them in the open market, and I really enjoyed getting these coins together in my collection. Do note again that I'm not a financial advisor, and you should consult with one before you make such investment decisions. This video here is just for entertainment purposes. Alright, with that, I guess that's gonna do it for this very long video. Thank you very much for watching. If you have any questions or comments, please leave them below. Otherwise, don't forget to leave me a like if you have enjoyed this content. And don't forget to hit that share and subscribe buttons down here if you have not done so. As always, you all please take care, be safe, and have a nice day.
Mm-hmm.